I know for Season 2, they patched a lot of zombie glitches for Modern Warfare 3, but in addition to that, they have buffed the wonder weapons, and one of them is amazing now. Like, it's so good that it is almost 5 a.m. for me, and I need to go to bed, but I couldn't. I had to make this video. I'm excited for this in a couple of different ways. This weapon is so fun now, and it also answers a question that we've had for a long time about it. The wonder weapon I'm talking about is the Scorcher. It is so good now that I'm going to make sure I have it in my tombstone when I come into the game. I want to be able to use this every single match. With what they did to this thing and the way that they buffed it, it's made all of the glitches that we just lost worth it. Trying to get around this map is one big pain in the ass. Like, traveling from like one end to another can take forever, and it takes up a lot of game time. You usually have to find a redeploy drone or a rift, or try to find one of those ruin portals, but let's be honest, nobody's using those. And we did find a method for using the Scorcher where you could get across the entire map, but you had to get to a really high point on the map first. You needed to get to a really tall building or one of those really tall cranes. Well, not anymore, and they even talked about it in the patch notes, how much better this thing is. They are showing some big numbers for this Scorcher and the buffs they've put on it. The first thing they said is they decreased the time between pressing fire and the Scorcher charging up. That sentence right there is everything. That changes the game. And I'll show you what I mean in just a moment, but they also say that the direct impact plasma damage has been increased by 333%. Lingering plasma length and diameter now increases with each charge. Lingering plasma damage has been increased by 428%. Lingering plasma duration has been adjusted, and the duration for the initial charge has been decreased from 2 seconds to 0.5 seconds. Lingering plasma damage duration now increases by 1 second with each charge, and total duration is now longer by 0.5 seconds at 4.5 seconds with this change. You might be asking, well, what does all this mean? Well, it means you can fly your happy ass all over the map with ease. It's incredible, and you melt everything in all 3 tiers. And normally you wouldn't be using this weapon in combat. The only thing it doesn't do well with is the mega abominations, but everything else you are just obliterating. I think it was like over a month ago, shout out to Tag935, we're in game, right? And he's messing around with the Scorcher, and he realizes that we can fly nonstop with the Scorcher, but you have to be at a very high point before you can do it, and it has to be pack-a-punched first. And we were like, yeah, this is really cool. It might be a hidden ability that you can use once you have it pack-a-punched, but we were thinking, maybe not. Maybe they're going to patch this and we won't be able to use it in that way. Well, it looks like we got our answer on that. Not only did they not patch it, they made it even better, where you don't need a high point to Scorcher off from. You can do it straight from the ground and get across the map in 1 minute. With this, you will never use another vehicle, a redeploy drone, a rift portal, a ruin portal. Like, this replaces all of that. So all you have to do is be on the ground and hold left trigger if you're on the console, and it's going to boost you once, and then again, and then a third time, but keep holding down that trigger. And then it's going to leave 5 ammo in it, and it's going to send you into that soaring mode. And then you want to pull out your parachute, then put it away, and then boost again. Wait till you get to kind of a top peak of height, pull out your parachute, put it away, and then keep boosting over and over again. You'll get the hang of it if you guys don't already know how to do it. I made a full video explaining this method. It's super easy. I think most people know how to do it by now. And yeah, we could do this before, but you had to be at a very high point, and there's not a lot of high points. I personally never used this because I was like, well, I gotta get to a high crane, and I'm already up there. I might as well just parachute off of that. I'm not gonna bother with a Scorcher. But now we can do it from any spot on the ground. Like, this is the way to travel. The reason why we can do this now is because they decreased that time for this to boost. Like before, if you try to do this from the ground, you could get a few boosts up, but if you continued to try to boost, you were not going to be able to get that height, and it would end up crashing you to the ground. And a lot of the times it would kill you in a way that you lost everything on the map and you were not able to be revived. if you are doing this, make sure that there's not high buildings up underneath you when you're trying to reboost. Like, you could actually smack into one, so just watch out. This is going to be one of the things I keep on my radar every time there is any kind of an update or patch. I want to make sure that this is still working. They might have over buffed it, you never know, because this is too fun, and you know what that means. But yeah, I just went from the ground, from the north side in Orlov Military to the south side in like a minute 20 seconds. That's incredible. Right here I go after a Mangler in tier 3, and the DOT pretty much took the Mangler out. The damage over time. I wasn't expecting it to be that good, but it is. This is something I would never do, but also you want to make sure that the enemies stay in those like laser beams. If they run out of them, then yeah, it's going to be pointless. Mimics can kind of be a pain to kill with this because they move so much. You need these enemies to stay in this lingering plasma, but there was a disciple behind him that was just like collateral damage. I wasn't even trying to kill it, and you pretty much one-shot the disciples. I mean, not pretty much. You do. They're a one-shot. So yeah, you can wreck everything in the red zone and then boost right out of there when you're ready to leave. They've also buffed the ray gun and made it where the VR11 now damages the red worms. So we will definitely be going in to check out all that, see how good they are now. But yeah, I am super geeked out over this because as much as I play and having to get around this map, this is a huge relief and I'm just really happy about it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this, and we'll see you next video.